One of my favourite tunes around at the moment. Sound of UFO with Alex Reese remix. Check this.
Music.
I go to a jazz club first to hear the music, but second of all, and this is a very important reason, to dig the people.
That is smooth. The sound of the jazz jungle fusion. One of the highlights of the year. Another side of things. Sending that one out to the mighty Grooverider, who I'm going to be doing a back-to-back show with on the 22nd, I think it is. So that's going to be hilarious, because if you've ever heard me and Ryder together, we don't do nothing but laugh and crack jokes, believe it. Anyway, that track is Alex Reese remix of a track by UFO. I think that's coming out and Talking Loud, so look out for it. Right. Time for a pause for a cause. Back after that with something from Earl Grey. Time is now fast approaching 20 minutes to 1. Got to send this one out to the Inter crew, including Paul, Peter, Bailey, Inch High, and not forgetting the Flux. Here's something coming out of rugged vinyl, something smooth for the winter nights. This is Earl Grey, and this is Bad.
100% in the big bad city. %, back to back in the mix.
playing you various flavours of what they call drum and bass. Something coming out of Rugged Vinyl very soon, the sound of Earl Grey, and I've got to say a big hello going out to Ray and the rest of the guys down there at Rugged. If you're looking for somewhere to go on New Year's Eve, do check out their Innovation, and that's at the excellent Club UN down there in North London. And on this bit of sheet of paper I've got in front of me, it says drum and bass and no cheese. So I don't think Slipknot will be playing, but anyway, that's a joke. I'm going to get caned for that. Anyway, DJs on the night will be Randall and Hype back to back. Dr. Escache, myself, Andy C, DJ SS, Chemistry and Storm, Zinc, DJ Ash and DJ Rap. And bringing you into the New Year's will be the Mighty Grooverider. MCs Flux, Stevie Hyper and MC. So check that, that's going to be bad. That's Innovation, the New Year's Eve ball, and that's at Club UN. Got to say a big hello going out to Sinead and Funky. Easy. Remember, it's Fabio, it's Kiss. After 1 o'clock, the legendary jazz step. So get ready. a track with an unpronounceable name, so I'm not even going to try and pronounce that. The sounds of Nookie, Gavin Nookie. What I want to know is it Nookie by name and nature. Saying a big hello to Gavin. Also got to say a big hello to the Hertfordshire Massive, Jim and Phil, J Magic, Rupert Fotek, and LTJ Bookham, all at the moment kind of literally living next door to each other. Hertfordshire's the place. Rolling with Fabio until 2 o'clock. News of a speed all-nighter on the 28th of December, so listen up.
Original pirate style Kiss 100.
Sound of Justice, the other side of Icon, along with Blame and Justice. That's a little track entitled Acquiesce. I love that track. Sending that one out to Frosty, no doubt, no doubt. And also the rest of the Hill Massive. And sending that one out to everyone at V Records, including Mr. Brian G. And do remember, the Jungle shows on a Wednesday night between 9 and 11. DJs you can catch on that slot include DJ Hype, Randall, LTJ Bookham, Jumping Jack Frost, and not forgetting the Kenny Ken. All right, we're going to take a pause for a cause. And back after that with something from Shogun. Absolute mayhem going on in here. I'm actually having a big fight with Jason at the moment. He fell over the decks. Sound of Shogun, and that's an RNS remix of a track entitled Wind Dancer. Got to say a big hello to Grant down there in South Croydon, I think. Good mate of mine, Grant, easy. Coolston, right. It's about time for the jazz step for the next hour, bringing you the blueprint for the future.
100% stamina. Nobody can funk for longer. Nobody.
Now that's what I call 100% music.
I say a big thank you to Jumping Jack Frost for that one. Alex Reese's Jazz Master, remixed, re-rinsed by DJ Crust. Gotta say a big hello to DJ Crust, Ronnie Size, and the rest of the Bristol Massive. It's the Jazz Step, through till 2 o'clock. Gotta say a big hello to Leo and Brian. It's Kiss.
Kiss 100% stamina. Nobody can funk for longer. Nobody.
That's what I call sleaze. Forthcoming on Creative Source after Christmas. Watch out for that one. That's going to be a lick. That's the porno vibe. What am I like? Right, we're going to take a pause for a chord. And we're back after that with something from Subject 13, brand new.
Rewind. Original pirate style. Kiss 100.
Stamina. Nobody can funk for longer. Nobody.
Definitely more music, less chat tonight. On the Rolling Vibes. And if you're not doing nothing, this coming Wednesday at the Ministry of Sound, at Kiss FM Homeless Appeal for Raise the Roof, a good cause. And it's a one-off event at the Ministry, and donating their services will be myself, Grooverider, Randall Hype, Rap, Zinc, the Demolition Crew, not forgetting Dr. S. Gachet. MCs on the night will be Stevie Hyper, Flux and MC, and that's at the Ministry of Sound this Wednesday. Come down and represent. Donations are only £5 on the door. It's for a good cause, check it out. The sound of Subject 13 and a track entitled Loose Flutes. Coming with the jazz vibe. Saying a big hello going out to Cleveland Watkis, a regular MC down there at the Blue Note Club. And remember, this coming Sunday, myself and the Mighty Rider. I'm not forgetting DJ Bailey down there at Blue Note. And last time it blew up in there, so check it out. It's Fabio on Kiss, on a roll till 2. Sending this one out to Karina and Michael, not forgetting Shy. Another track forthcoming on Creative Source. Looking for world domination next year, believe it. It's a little thing entitled Millennium from a guy out of Southampton called Big Bud. This is bad.
100% music.
Out for a February release on that one. That's Big Bard and a track entitled Millennium. Sending that one out to the DJ Randall and everyone at the Underground Records. One for the steppers, stepping back into time, the beginning of the year, Alex Reese and a little track entitled Basic Principles. Sending this one out to Sarah Sandy. Yes, yes. one of the few tracks that really crossed over throughout the circuits. An absolute favourite to this very day, the sound of Alex Reese and a killer. Basic Principles. Sending that one out to the mighty Goldie. Thanks for everything, my man. You know exactly what I'm saying. Off his world tour. Doing it world domination style, representing the beats worldwide. That's the way he's blowing up nowadays. Sending that one out especially to Mrs. Sandy. The kiss is yours. I'm in a rather cool mood tonight, and I'm not overexerting myself. There's Jason smiling in the background. Nice one, mate. Sorted, Jason, sorted. Right, time's flying by. Got a few more killers to play before the end. You're listening to Fabio, you're listening to Kiss FM. for time. A track entitled Only You. Serious and sensual. Remember, on the 22nd, me and Grooverider back to back, creating mayhem in the studio. So check that out, that's going to be special. Sending this one out to all the Groove Connection massive. Katie and Sarah. Not forgetting Jumping Jack Frost, Brian G, LTJ Bookham, Kemi and Storm, Grooverider, Ray Key, the mighty Mikas Finn, and not forgetting DJ Lee, the Groove Connection stable. Right, time is fast approaching 1:45. Time to get on with it. Remember, listen out for the Speed All-Nighter on the 28th of December. And not forgetting the Ministry of Sound on the 21st. With myself, Grooverider, LTJ Bookham, Pesce, and DJ Taylor. In Arena 1, in Arena 2, Giles Peterson, Norman J, amongst others. Including one of the great sound systems of all time, Rap Attack with Alistair. And that's the Ministry on the 21st.
At Kiss 100, we've told our DJs to cut the crap. So from now on, it's less talk, more music.
Absolute roller. Sending that one out to Phil from Basement, and you know that. Also remember, New Year's Eve for Innovation at the Club UN. No cheese, just rolling. Randall and Hype back to back, Dr. Escache. Myself, Andy C, DJ SS. Chemistry and Storm. Chemistry and Swarm. DJ Zinc, DJ Ash, DJ Rap, and bringing you in to the new year, the mighty Grooverider. MCs on the night will include Flux, Stevie Hyper, and MC. And tickets are on sale for that one now. Check that out, it's going to be bad. Also remember, Docklands Arena. World Dance blowing up. And not forgetting Dreamscape. And Speed will be going all the way through the Christmas. Each and every Thursday, representing the experimental side of the beats. The right time is desperately passing. Gonna try and slip in two more before the end. Remember me, Grooverider and the Bailey down at Blue Note this Sunday. Starting from 7:30 through till 12:30.
Rewind. On Wednesday the 13th of December at the Ministry of Sound, an important one-off event is taking place in aid of the Kiss 100 Homeless Appeal. Raise the roof.